to our March meeting. And I want to give a shout out to Nicole, because that is a beautiful heart I see
that is.
with all of us in there and everything we're about. So thank you, Nicole. I don't know how you did it.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's
Thank you. I love it.
Oh, look at
It's
that.
not hard, but it's not easy. I will be willing to teach anybody that wants to learn.
Success is simple, not easy.
Wow.
Morning,
thank you.
everyone.
Morning. I don't know who that was, but morning. So I want to get started. And, you know, the first thing I want to start by doing is acknowledging Sarah, one of our agents. And Joe, please help me with her last name. Is it Funches? Funches. Okay, Sarah, I don't know if she's on this call on the meeting, but I want to acknowledge her. And I got an email from a listing agent whose property that Sarah showed. And I guess there was something going on with the lock. There had been 30 showings that day. And Sarah reached out to Pamela, the agent, the listing agent, and said, hey, your door, you know, the door to the property is not closing, and was concerned. And this agent said, oh, I'm in a home inspection all the way on the northwest suburbs. I can't get there. So Sarah went above and beyond. She left the property, finished doing what she had to do, went back there to try to secure the door. So a couple of days ago, I got an email from Pamela with a subject line saying beautiful experience. And then in the email, she described how above and beyond and how appreciative she was for someone like Sarah. So Sarah's not on this. I hope she hears the recording. If she's not here, I just want to commend you, because you guys, that's what our business is all about. I mean, she did that to a fellow agent, but it's how we treat each other. It's how we treat our clients. And I want to read the quote specifically from Pamela, this listing agent. She said, it is these small but meaningful things that make our Chicagoland broker community more like family. I thought that was just wonderful. So I want to applaud her. So I wanted to start the meeting out by saying that. Sarah, awesome job.
Way to go, Sarah.
Yes, awesome job.
Yay, Sarah.
So I don't know if the, Nicole, do we go to the next slide before? Oh my gosh, look at that. Before we do that, I just wanted to add one more thing. And I know, Joe, she's beautiful. And you get to talk about your grandchild. So I just wanted to share one more thing that kind of goes along. It's a good segue from what I just told you about Sarah's acknowledgement. I was on a luxury call, a luxury series, and I listened to Jeanette Spinelli and Brandy Sandall talk about, and they introduced the anticipatory mindset. You guys, our business is all about every day we have to wake up with the right mindset, right? To get ourselves pumped, to get ourselves to do the things that we need to do, lead generate, build our relationships, sell the properties, you know, everything we need to do. So I love it, because anticipatory mindset is a blend of awareness, experience, and instinct. And what they said on this call is, this is how their client retention is off the chart. They anticipate, they surprise, and they delight. So I love that. So this is what Jeanette and Jeanette Spinelli, she's in Texas. She leads a huge team with our KW family. So I just wanted to share that, guys, because I think that's really important. I think every day we have to choose what mindset we want. And this was so empowering for me to hear. And that actually was on Friday. And a little personal story, I'm just going to say real quick. So I texted my son, who had his first football game for the season, that anticipatory mindset and definition. And so you guys, he had a one-handed pick, one-handed interception. I wanted to fuel his mindset. And so I really, truly believe in that power. I think I planted a seed and he ran with it, coupled with something my daughter said before he walked out the door for that game. And it makes the difference. So every day, feed your mindset. And now we can move on.
Very good, very good.
So Joe, you, next slide.
There's
Beautiful.
me. And look at there's little Kelly Ann.
She's gorgeous.
My granddaughter. That's still weird to say.
Oh my gosh, look at those
Even though
eyes.
Aren't grandbaby
Wow.
awesome?
Yes, they are. You got a couple
Right
of them.
your day. Yep,
You
they
got a
do.
couple
Right
of them now,
my day.
Colleen.
I do.
Yeah, it's just wonderful. She's getting to be a personality now and everything else. So it's truly fun and enjoyable. And thanks for posting those pictures. So. Market update. Well, as we all know, the market is rocking and rolling. We're seeing a lot of multiple offers. So listers sellers are very, very happy. Buyers, for the most part, are a little bit cautious, a little bit shell-shocked. I liked what was said on James Shaw's call this morning, that we can't be saying there's no houses for sale, because there are houses for sale. And every day, houses come on the market. So we have to be the tellers of I don't want to say the true story, of what's actually going on out there. We can't tell our buyers, oh, there's no houses available, because then that's what they believe. Okay, we're the professionals. We know differently. The inventory is down. That's a fact. However, every day properties are coming on the market, and I think I just saw a statistic that inventory ticked up over the past month, like 13-14%. So this is a time of the year we're going to see it, and we're getting a lot more properties under contract. So we have to make sure we're telling the true story. Another thing, I don't mean to keep bringing up James Shaw today, but if you're not on that 9 a.m. call or 7 a.m. call, 7 a.m., you should be. If you can't be on it at 7 a.m., it is on his Facebook page. You can watch it at a later time or an earlier time from the day before, whatever you wish. A lot of great information there. He also talked about something that I've talked about, I don't know, I guess because of my financial background, the affordability index. The affordability index right now is stronger than it has been in years and years and years. So what's that mean? Even though prices have gone up based upon the interest rate and what have you, homes are more affordable now than they have been in the past few years. So, with interest rates down, although prices are up, it's still more affordable. I mean, if this was the early 2000s, interest rates, to the last boom we had, interest rates are at 6 and 7%. People are probably freaking out just even thinking about that. I mentioned that to somebody the other day, and they're like, oh, I'm like, and actually that's still good. So, and now is the time to take advantage. People can lock in their affordability, no matter what happens with the market in the next 3 to 5 years, because we don't know. Right now it's affordable. Homes are coming on the market. So remember that. It's our story, and we need to tell the proper story to our clients. There's not no houses for sale. There are homes for sale. New ones come on every day. You just got to be prepared to do what you can do to get them under contract. And we got to hustle too. That's part of the gig. So, anybody else want to add anything to that or say, or anything else they're seeing that's different before we get into the lower numbers?
One of the things, and
Go
I've talked to several appraisers that I know, and one of the things that's been happening with these multiple bid situations is people are overbidding so much, and then the appraisal comes back at less, and in some cases significantly less.
Yes.
And then then you've got these people who are willing to pay the overage. How do you advise your clients on that? Because just given that we survived the last bust when things were overvaluated, and I still feel that there's a number of properties out there that are selling for way more than they should be. What do you say to your client when they say, well, we might be willing to make up the difference, and you look at comps and you're like, I think you're pushing it here.
Right. The comps, unfortunately, are the rear view mirror.
Yeah.
And we're not in the same situation we were in the early 2000s, because in the early 2000s, these people weren't buying with fixed mortgages. If Colleen, we were walked through it. They had all those goofy interest only lock in at like 0.5% for 2 years, and then it adjusts. And then people were getting it adjusted up to 6 or 7%, and that's where people were getting in trouble. Is all of a sudden their mortgage went from 0.5% or 1% interest only to let's say it was 4 or 5%. Well, their payments went from $1,500 a month to almost $4,000 or $5,000. I saw it, $4,000 or $5,000 a month. That's where people got in trouble. if someone locks in now with their interest rate where they are for the next 30 years or even 5 years or 15 years, and they know their P&I, or yeah, if their P&I is $1,500, that's not going to change. So markets ebb and flow. And if it's, especially if it's their home and they're planning on being there 5, 10, 15 or more years, then they're going to be paying it down and they're locked in. So that's what I tell them. And if they want to do it, I told some people recently, and I've done it in the past, you're paying top dollar, and they go, yeah. And then you go, okay. Because that's their, that's their prerogative. And now with our sellers, well, we recently had one seller, the appraisal came in low, and we knew it was a great appraiser. The buyer was happy to change lenders, got a new appraisal, and it appraised fine. So those are the things you have to come to the table with. We had one that just got multiple offers. It came in high, and it was our seller. And I said, here's the opportunity. Could the appraisal come in low? Yes, we'll anticipate anything we can. But based upon what you thought it was worth and what another realtor told you it was worth, they're like, oh, we're way ahead of the ball game. I said, okay, if you're willing to adjust down, maybe that's what we'd have to do. Hopefully you won't. So preparing everybody for what might happen and what's going on, that's the prudent thing to do.
Yeah, I think what you're,
Go ahead.
I think the concept is pre-framing. And what I mean by pre-framing is you got to tell them the possibilities. We've lost a multiple offer over the weekend. We sold another house the following day, which is bigger and better. But they got to decide what they want. We're not their moms and dads, so we can't say that's not the right thing to do. They got to decide. Now we have to explain what the possible options are. If it underappraises, well, then we have an issue. If the seller doesn't agree to lower the price, we lost it. Okay, that's the thing. If you agree, and we've done this, appraisal continues, we say, well, buyer will pay any appraisal shortfall. You have to put a maximum into it.
Right.
Up to a maximum of X number of $1,000. You can't just say unlimited, because if it's 20, 30 grand, you can't do that. And we don't know. I've heard a number of people that have had that, but you can only do that with people that, this is common sense and pretty elementary, that have the money to do it. I mean, if somebody's buying with 3% down and the only other money they have is money in their couch cushion, you can't make a move like that. Escalation clauses, you have to make sure they're able to do that. I never personally ask for waiver of inspections. So unless you're talking about a house that's going to be torn down or extensively renovated. So whatever you advise, don't let your zeal to make a deal, oh, that sounds terrible, get in the way of what's prudent. So always keep your eyes on your fiduciary responsibilities to your people.
Yep.
Agree.
I absolutely agree. I tend to be a little more conservative, and I get a little nervous about, I'm working with 2 buyers right now, getting into something that I think is way too expensive and isn't worth the money.
Yeah.
And you know what, you can advise that.
Yeah. You
can say, hey, you realize that here's what you're paying, here's the comps, here's everything, here's your options. What do you want to do? And they say, based on that, they still want to proceed. Then it's our job to go ahead and proceed. We're there to advise. And
no, I understand that.
Yeah, here's the comps, here's it is. And they say, no, we want this. Okay, let's do it. Any other questions or anything? Anybody seeing? Nothing. Okay. Thank you all. Now it's time for the lore numbers. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Wait till you see these numbers. Talk about, we know what we're doing. Here we go. These are your numbers, everybody. You will get copies of this posted on the Facebook page, as well as emailed out in the weekly newsletter. This is our lore, language of real estate. You guys rocked it, you've been going strong. The Market Center has been busy as can be. I know we're processing a lot of transactions. Things are going, what's that movie? Fast and Furious. But drive safely, everyone. So here they are, your numbers. So be proud, be loud, be proud. Listings taken, percentage change year over year. So MRED volume is down 24%. So now if you remember, we're in March, so this is from February. Year over year, down 24%. Area focus down almost 34%. Keller Williams Realty Partners up 14.4%. So we're beating the market by 38 and 48%. So that means we're getting our bigger share of listings. Listings are the name of the game, folks, especially in a seller's market. Okay. Now listings closed. So we're taking them. Are we doing a good job closing them? Yes, we are, especially month over month. MRED units were down 1.6. If you notice, the first one was volume, this one's units. Areas focus units down 15%, and we were up 75%. So we're beating the market by 76% and 90%. You guys are getting your listings sold. So way to go, way to go. Listings closed. Now what I did, that was month over month. So was that kind of a freak number? Oh no, let's go year over year. Units, MRED was up 12%. Area focus was up 4%. You know, it's lacking the MLS as a whole. And Keller Williams Realty Partners up 16.67%, beating the market by 4% and 12%. Way to go, way to go. So month over month, year over year, you guys are beating the market. Buyers closed. So percentage change. Now here's a nice number. This is year to date. So I mixed it up on purpose. So people say, okay, well, what's that? Figures don't lie, but liars figure. I try to show the whole picture here, so it doesn't look like we're just skewing things one way. That's why I mix things up with units and volume, month over month, year over year. Buyers closed. MRED units were up 15%. Area focus was up 14.88%. Keller Williams Realty Partners year-to-date units up 66.67%. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So we're beating the market by 51 and 52%. So that means our buyers are getting the properties under contract, where our competition in the MLS as a whole and in our area are not doing as good a job as you guys are. So that's why you should listen to me. Buyers. This is where all the training and the talk that we've been getting in this market and all the training you guys have been going to has been working. So now total homes closed. So this is units. Year to date, MRED units were up 15%. Area focus up 14.88%. Keller Williams Realty Partners units up 33.33%. So we're beating the market by 18 and 19%. So way to go, way to go. So that means we're helping buyers and sellers get things done. So congratulations on those. And then producing agents. So this is the number of agents that we have compared to the MLS in our area. Total number of producing agents, MRED was up 10%. Area focus up 4%. We were up 28.57%. So we're beating the market by 18 and 24%. So that means more of our agents are doing more business than your competition. So way to go, everybody. Way to go. If you need any of these numbers, obviously we'll be sending it out to you. Also, it can't hurt to you can take a screenshot right now as well. I'll smile. And then we'll send this out to you. So if you need any help in putting this together or how or the way you want to use this, just let us know. Happy to go over with you. So congratulations on a good start to 2021, everybody. Proud of you, proud of you.
Thank you. So we have March birthdays. I'm going to say the first name, try the last name, Jim Antonopoulos, Tariq Ashker, Erica Figueroa, sorry, Haga Huspian. You can help me, guys.
Hago Hospian.
Hago Hospian. Mazar
Laliwala.
Joe Morella.
That was easy enough.
Nancy Marino. And
that's her birthday today, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, she is. Her birthday's today. If you walk by
wow.
her office. And
cool.
Nino Spiria.
Right.
Wow.
So happy birthday to all of
Happy March birthday.
you guys. Yes, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Anniversaries. Amandeep Khan, Nicole Lomar, Edgar Leftfala, and me, Antoinette. So, anniversary, everyone.
Happy Marches.
And then these are our new agents. We've got Chrysia, Chris, Jared, Jacqueline, Crystal, Alicia, Callie. Welcome to our family.
To the family.
I don't know if
Welcome to the
anybody's on the
family.
call, if they want to introduce themselves or say hello, please feel free. Otherwise, we'll,
I think it's so cool we have such a diverse group. I mean, does anybody notice that? We have people from all over the world in our
Yes.
company, and that is so, so cool.
yes, it
Welcome.
is.
It is.
Very good.
And first transaction, first closing. Congratulations, Kira and Nino.
Yay!
I think Kira's on the call. I think, congratulations.
Yeah.
Like the Mickey in the corner.
And we've got another congratulations for one listing taken, one contract written, and one contract closed. We have Leanne, Dean's team, and spouses selling houses. You guys, great
Guys,
job.
you're gonna have to edit the slide to put the Cubs first, please, and the Sox
Oh.
second and smaller,
I
please.
concur.
Okay, I will take that into consideration. Did you want me to edit that now or just keep reversing it every month?
Sometime
We'd like
between
to
now
see it
and
the other way
October.
next month.
Opening day is an opening day a week from today, I think. isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Now, Dean, we were just discussing how we've embraced diversity. So
Oh, we're not, but this is
People
religion,
respect.
okay? This is, we gotta, this is far beyond that, we've already tackled diversity, but this is
mm.
something different.
Moving
Just
along.
kidding, guys.
Nothing wrong with a little competition.
And we've got the individual agent awards. Congratulations for listings taken. We have David. Congratulations, Colleen, Glenn, Kelly, Leanne, Sarah, Tony. Contracts written. Oh, yes. Did something change?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, March. Okay, yes. I didn't notice that. So wait a
Okay,
minute.
my
we're going
little
back.
peanut gallery is this is February awards. My peanut gallery behind me is saying that it's wrong. It's not wrong.
Not wrong.
Never
Boy,
mind,
tough
it was
crowd,
me.
Tough
Mary
crowd.
Alice, stay in your lane.
Little slow moment. Never mind.
Getting
Ignore
grief,
me.
getting
Stay in
grief
your
for
lane,
doing
girl.
it right, huh?
Okay, so we're acknowledging the awards. Going back, contracts written, David, Narain, Patricia, Tony, and closed units, Tariq, Clays, Mary, and Tom Brandt.
All right.
Bravo.
Congratulations, everybody.
They're just,
Yay,
your staff
everybody.
is just testing you, Antonia.
Hmm. Are we, yes, going on to, yes,
There we
the
go.
next one. And here we've got team awards. Listings taken, concept one, Dean's team, spouses selling houses, and Saga Holdings.
Yep.
Did I say that
Bravo.
right? Congrats.
Who's that? Who's Saga Holdings?
Yeah, that one is,
That's
yes.
Jim Antonopoulos.
Oh,
Oh.
Jim in Georgia.
Jim in Georgia?
Jim
Him in
Great.
Georgia, yes.
Oh.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool, cool.
Contracts written, spouses selling houses, the Zing team, concept one, Dean's team, and Bella Holmes team.
Bravo, bravo.
Congratulations, guys. Contracts written. Closed units. Number one, spouses selling houses. Number two, Dean's team, and then Bella Holmes team.
Way to go.
So I don't know if Sheena's on the call. Congratulations, everybody. KW Cares. So thank you to these associates for donating on their green sheets. Leanne, Jane, Sally, Dean, and Robin. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you. And our agent ladder award goes to Tom Brandt, who has, I believe, upward close to 3 million in closed sales volume. So he is the recipient of the parking spot for April. I don't know if Tom's on the call. I saw him today. Congratulations, Tom.
Yeah, I think he's here. He's counting his money.
I saw it. I did see him.
Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
So yes, he's got the parking spot for April. And now we'll get an update from Kim on the productivity coaching. She's been doing a fantastic job bringing in new agents. So Kim, do you want to share a few words?
Well, thank you for your kind words. I just want to give a shout out to the whole PC crew. I'm telling you, they are growing leaps and bounds. They are just an amazing group of agents that are putting their all into everything, and especially in this market that we have. They're experiencing things that are above and beyond what a typical training would be in a lot of respects. But I can tell you that I got the best crew. I'm always looking to add to the crew. So if you're looking for any assistance, mentorship, or any direction in coaching in your business to keep you on track, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always here for you.
Great, thank you. And I believe there's an award too for, isn't there?
Sorry,
someone-
Kim, there's a lot of activity at the front of the office. Am I supposed to, are you ready for the award?
You can certainly spin it.
Thank you so very much. And I apologize for the delay. And the drum roll is
Jim,
Give me the Mac.
Jimmy,
congratulations.
Commander.
Commander.
I do not see you on the call, and I'm so sorry. But when you rewatch this, I want to tell you how I'm proud of each and every one of my PC peeps. And this is Jim's month. He has gotten back to the schedule. Him and Georgia have been working very well together, creating their team and moving forward. He's working with numerous buyers. He's working in tandem with David on commercial deals, and he's opening up his mindset to other opportunities and throwing himself in there. And I couldn't be more proud. So congratulations, Jim. Well deserved.
Yes, congratulations, Jim.
Pretty good, Gene.
And now we have committee updates. So we'll start with Jane.
Okay. Right now we're working hard and really getting going Red Day, which is May 13th. And that's a day that all the Keller Williams sets aside to give back their community. And so it takes a lot of setting up and whatnot. This year we're doing Avenues to Independence, which is in Park Ridge.
I love that.
So anyway, let me talk before you change the picture. Doing two things for them. They actually, for those that don't know, getting a little echo here, but
Yeah.
anyway, they help mentally challenged, physically disabled, some of them to be independent. They're adults and they train them, they get them jobs. They now have a warehouse in Wheeling where companies bring their stuff and they pack and they pay them a little bit. But they also have a thrift store. That's what the picture is. And that's on Toohey in Edison Park, not far from us. And so we're actually doing two things right now. We're going to be landscaping 2 of their apartment buildings all around. That's in Park Ridge because they have actually 7 group homes in Park Ridge. So we're arranging to do that. So hopefully we'll have a non-rain day on this because we do need that. And then we're going to be collecting donations. Could I have that second picture? Okay, this was set up in the office and what they're looking for, you know, you've been to secondhand stores, thrift stores. They're looking for clothing, toys, dishes, books and whatnot, nothing real big. And they're not really taking computers or anything that you cannot test. So if you have a lamp, they're going to test the lamp, that's okay. So they man this, they make certain amount of money out of it, but also the people who live in the homes or whatnot, they come also and help run the store. So this is all very important to people. This started in the 50s with parents who their children had grown up and there was nothing for them. So they started this nonprofit organization to help them be independent. And so their office is right on Bussey, right down from our office, if you ever notice it. So that's what we're doing on Red Day. So we're trying to get sponsors and, you know, plan out what we need. And that is going to be a great day. Thank you. So anyway, if you could see some of the pictures at the top are past Red Days. And you could see last year, you could tell what last year is. We're keeping our distance. We had to change things at the last minute to provide for, you know, COVID. But this year it'd be nice because it's outdoors, you know, we could still maintain a distance and it'll be a lot of fun. So we really need everybody's help. And especially to give back to Avenues Thrift Store. Now we're doing that now between now and May 13th. And because they can't take a whole lot of things at one time, we're going to be taking it, you know, when the boxes fill, keep taking it over. So hopefully you see the boxes empty doesn't mean people aren't giving. It just that this is the way we have to do it right now. So, you know, we're looking for materials right now. We got the mulch, and Arlene and her husband arranged for Park Ridge to take the mulch and deliver it over to the place, which is a big thing. Thank you, Arlene.
Yeah.
And so now we're working on getting the flowers, the pots, sponsors for breakfast and lunch. And so you'll be getting all the announcements and whatnot. It'll be emailed, but it'll be on our Facebook page as we go along. We'll try to take pictures of what we do and put it on to keep things going. But it's such a fun and nice day. And I hope everybody comes. So that's it.
Jane, I want to say thank you for all your effort, because this is a big undertaking. And I just want you to know, I appreciate every ounce of your effort, and Arlene and you guys, all of you that have been coordinating this. So thank you so much. This is a great way to fill our hearts, guys. So thank you, Jane.
You're welcome.
Way to go, KW Cares Committee.
Yes, Sally. I believe Sally's on. Oh, you always.
Sorry, I was putting a chat in. Okay, so again, being on the finance committee, it's awesome that Joe covers most of what I have to talk about. So that makes my job easier. One thing I do want to say about the LOR numbers is it proves everything that Joe was telling us at the beginning of the meeting, right? Homes are coming on the market and homes are selling. Our numbers wouldn't be up so much if that wasn't the case. So that's the proof is in the pudding, right? I'm sorry, excuse me. I also want to talk briefly about realtor.com. So we do have the I think it's called Advantage Plus or something like that with realtor.com, where you can put in all your profile information and get reports on your listings, get reports on your leads if you get any through there. That being said, in the last 30 days, we received 43 agents in our office received 43 total leads. Okay, so those would be leads on your listings and or rentals that you have in there, and sometimes even on other properties listed with other companies. They just happen to click on our agents. So leads are coming in through there and should be serviced promptly. There are 1/3 of our agents who do not have their photos in realtor.com and additional contact information. So if you don't have your information in there, you won't get leads. Okay. And this is, we don't pay extra for this anymore. Like on our monthly bill, we used to, we don't now, but even still, Joe has made sure that we still have the opportunity to have the Advantage Pro, where we can put in our profile information, our logos, and get those reports. And you can send reports to your clients too. You can send the activity reports to your clients of your listings, which sometimes is really important, right? Especially if you have something overpriced or that's lingering. You send them these reports and you say, look, 10,000 people have looked at your listing and none of them see the value, or few of them have seen the value based upon our showings. So these are reports that you can use with your sellers. I know Sheena uses them very effectively and others do as well. So that's one thing. The other thing is OpCity. So in OpCity, in the last 7 days, if anybody has something to say about this, I'd love to hear it. So in the last 7 days only, there were a total of 43 alerts sent to our agents who are registered in OpCity. Only 5 of the 43 were clicked on at all. So if you're receiving alerts and not clicking on them, what might be the reasons that you're not? Because that's
leasing.
I'm sorry?
It's leasing. That was the last thing
That might be that might be a reason if it's a rental and you're not taking on new rental business.
Well, but what you got to do for their formula, even if you reject it, click on it and say skip. Okay, because their formula, I get about 10 or 12 a week. I pursue probably 2 of them, and by the time I pursue them, they're gone. It's real quick. You know, the good ones, the cherries, the good ones are like in a flash of an eye. So, right. I mean, I get stuff in, you know, a $30,000 home with on the south side with a 35% referral fee. I'm not really interested in that, but you always want to say skip. Don't just blow it off, because then your score gets, if you reject, you get almost the same points as you
and
accept.
The overall office rating drops too, Dean. So you're right.
That's true.
There are also 3 agents who are showing up as delinquent on here. So what that means is that you have not updated your clients' statuses. And it could just be one of your clients, not all of them. If you've got, you know, so many that you're, you know, if you've got a few that you're working with, like right now, it says that we have 16 assigned transactions. So of those 16, 3 are currently on hold and 2 are overdue for update. However, there are 3 agents overdue for update for whatever reason. So if you haven't logged into your system in the last week, please log in. Just log in and click and you know, put people on hold or release them or whatever you have to do to get out of that delinquent status. Because we don't want to have 3 of our, what is that? We have 36, no, we have 32 agents that are active in OpCity right now. So we don't want to have 3 of 32 agents. What is that, 10%? We don't want to have 10% of our agents, you know, delinquent. So, you know, the hope is that these leads from OpCity, as they learn how to manage them and properly vet them. I know one of the reasons why people don't click on them is because they've had experiences where the clients really weren't properly vetted as they're supposed to be. Hopefully that will improve. Now, this again is not your main business. This is just an adder to your business to hopefully get some referrals that you can work with and then get repeat business and or outside of OpCity referrals where you're not paying a referral fee directly from those clients. It's just a little drip, you know, a little drip that can help to add to your business. It is not where you're putting your main focus. Okay, but if you're going to be in there, you have to follow the rules and do the updates. Otherwise, it hurts all of us because our rank goes down, and then that's why we're not getting maybe those better listings or those better leads. Because how we're rated is directly connected to the leads that we're going to get first. All right, so please either update yourself, click on the leads when you get them. You don't have to accept all of them, or let us know if or opt out. If you're not interested, that's fine too. We're okay with that. If you opted in and now you find that you're not interested, that's fine. Just opt out. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And Kim has been pretty well versed on it as well for her PC group, or Joe. And just let us know what's going on. Okay. That's really all I have to say.
Wow, thank you, Sally. That's some insightful information. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
before we move on, I just want to be mindful of time, just so you guys know, we are having a guest, Liam from 360 Connect, to talk about a service we can offer to our clients at 12. So I'm just sharing that before we move on. So is Kim on the call? I don't know if Kim's on the call, or Dean, you want to talk about growth committee, or?
Sure, I could do that. Should I talk about equity too?
Yes, please.
Okay, so growth committee had a great meeting. I think we had about 7 people last time that came through. The focus of our growth committee is not just growing the market center, but as we grow the market center, we're growing you too, because there's such a thing you might have heard of called profit share, downline. We'd love to get you guys all a strong downline. So you build your passive income. And if you don't know what passive income is, look it up on KW Connect and look at those videos. It's a lot of opportunity, but it's also building you. What we've done this year is we've talked about how to grow growth to you, how to build your script skills, how to build your conversational skills, how to build your business skills, right? Because this is a business. You're in business, and your boss is who? It's you. How do you make yourself a business rather than be a real estate broker just bouncing around from transaction to transaction? And that's what we're focusing on growth. So our next committee meeting will be the 20th of April. Is that correct? Anybody? Let's see, let me pull my sheet to make sure I'm giving you the right date. 20th of April is a Tuesday, 3rd Tuesday in April. Okay. Love you to join us. It's going to be on Zoom. I'm generally here for that meeting. If you want to come and say howdy in person, wow, like the olden days. Pre-2020, that'd be great. If not, it could be easy peasy zoomy. Also, our equity committee, we're trying to create a global mindset of equity and growth and diversity, and we're already seeing it with our market center makeup at this point, and I am so gratified by that. You know, and we just got to keep it coming. We got to work on creating equity for the Black community as well. Kim has been indispensable in that regard. Not just because she's a Black woman, but because she knows some of the things we need to do better than maybe I can. So we'd love to get you involved. The meeting was supposed to be scheduled for the 2nd of April. However, the 2nd of April is Good Friday. So now we're moving it to the 9th of April. It'll be 11:30 on a special Zoom link that I'll send you, a special extra Zoom link. Okay, guys, any questions? Thank you.
Anybody questions? Thank you, Dean. David?
Can you come back to me in a minute?
Sure. We can come back. Tony, is Tony here?
Oh, he's on vacation.
He's skiing.
Okay, so I know we've got some great classes coming
Again,
up.
or still?
Pardon me?
Again, or still with Tony's vacation?
I think it's
different,
a
new vacation.
new vacation.
New vacation,
Wow.
spring break.
Good for
Good
him.
for him.
See what happens when you grow your volume. You get to take vacation.
There you go.
Living the life worth living.
There you
There you
go.
go. There you go.
David, you let us know when you're ready. Otherwise, I was just going to say a word about classes.
Okay,
So,
no, I'll go.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I'll go.
Okay, go ahead, David.
Oh. Well, earlier this month, talking about commercial, I like to discuss economics, because that's a huge part of our business, is understanding kind of what's going on in the market and knowing what the market is looking like. They held one on 3/11. So what they're talking about, they were talking about predominantly apartment owners. They were talking about in the city center, rents are down about 10%. The 1 bedrooms and 2 bedroom, 1 bedroom plus den are not renting as easy as the 2 bedrooms. They're a lot easier to rent. Vacancy is down, or up, depending on which way you want to look at it. It's 10% higher than it was previously. So it's taken a lot longer to fill a lot of these vacancies. Velocity is up within the last couple of months, so they're seeing a lot more activity. They're leasing a lot of stuff for 14 to 18 months. So you might actually see that in the market when you're doing the leasing, but they're also giving them about 2 months free rent when they're doing that. Collections, a lot of rental collections. One of the property owners said they had about 700 units and they're 100% paid. They had one tenant who didn't pay, and they ended up getting them out. For that, the other owner said they're between 94 to 98% collections. That's kind of the market is right now. So a lot of people are paying their rents. Interest rates are going up. We saw that a little bit. We saw a little bump in interest rates last month going into this month. So that does affect affordability. So hopefully they went back down. They'll stay back down for a little bit of time. Otherwise, with higher pricing and the interest rates going up, their affordability might change over time. So that's something else to keep in mind when you're looking at properties. The one thing that's a lot of people have a huge unknown is property taxes. When we voted in the new assessor, KG has been assessing taxes a lot more aggressively. So in 2018, you saw a lot of property taxes have been increased substantially to what they claim is market value. So the problem is though the assessor values it one way, tax appeal board values the properties differently. So there's a lot of property owners are questioning values of their properties. We have quite a few on the commercial side with properties assessed values are so ridiculously high. Our list price is $300,000 under what the assessor values it. So we're being taxed accordingly. So, and they're so far behind right now. Since the COVID slowed them down, they are only still working on 2015 and 2016 year appeals. So we're in 2020 appeals right now.
Wow.
Just shows you how slow behind they are. So going back to apartments, people are looking at a lot bigger units. The 2 and 3 bedrooms are renting a lot quicker, more so than the studios and 1 bedrooms. And with the commercial side, we do, we are taking referrals. We always will work with clients as best as we can. There's Tom and I who will work whatever deals that need to be worked. So our commercial committee meeting is every Tuesday, second Tuesday of the month. It's 1 p.m.
And David, I want to congratulate you for your Wisconsin license. So
thank you.
David, yes, that's a great accomplishment. So
But
you
I
will
do
be
market
expanding.
somebody, so I'm in the process of trying to get that done.
Great job. Thank you.
David, did you want to talk about this? We skipped you last month.
You did. So I don't know if anybody knows what PhotoFi is. Everybody has a free account. So if you're part of CAR or if you're part of NAR, CAR or more, you have it, and you have 2 different versions of this. So if you go through us, I can't see what my picture's in the way. So does that actually say NAR at the very end of that?
Yes.
Sign?
Yes.
So
At the bottom of the link? Yes.
yeah. I can't, there it is. Yeah, NAR, there it is. So as long as it says NAR and you use that link, it'll connect your NAR. You need your NAR's numbers to sign up for that account. But this will help you with more Facebook posts. So if you want more on social media, it'll post it to Instagram, Facebook, your Facebook business page. It'll link all that to all those accounts. These are more realtor marketing aspects of this. It's not necessarily certain deals. It's just a Facebook post talking about realtor stuff. So a lot of it's, the board has board specific stuff. NAR has, national stuff. CAR again is board stuff. So if you're part of either one or both associations, you have all of that. And they're, all you got to do is upload your picture, and you could post away as much as you want.
Wow.
And you could schedule them weeks ahead out. So if you want to, if you're bored, wherever you are, sitting at the airport, sitting in the bathroom, you want to put some Facebook posts out there. It's a great distractor from what you're doing.
Wow. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that.
And we also we did and started a regular session on wealth building too.
Yes.
David,
Yes.
discussing investing in real estate, all different types of investing. David and I agreed that it was a great session last time. Whether anybody else agreed with this, I don't know.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
We're kidding about that.
Yes.
A lot of great questions and what have you, and we're going to continue that so we can all help each other build our wealth.
You know, and the idea behind it is, again, we have no retirement accounts. So we want to make sure that we have enough passive income that when we do decide to retire, that we have the means to retire on.
Yes, I appreciate that. I was on that class call. Thank you, guys. Speaking of, since Tony's not here, I'll just fill in. I didn't touch base with him, but you know, I want to send a shout out to Sheena and Sally. Sally did a great short sale class. Sheena, an expired and for sale by owner class. I've been sharing that information with some of our newer agents, and it's so beneficial. So I appreciate them. There was a suggestion made, and so actually Joe is going to be teaching a building a powerful real estate team class. I think it's April 6th, Joe. So anyone, you know, we have some teams here within our office, anyone thinking about building a team, that's coming up. I know Tony was looking for some teachers for Ignite classes that will also be coming up. So, and we talked about a CMA class to kind of help us, especially given the market we're in. So yeah, lots of great things coming up, guys. If you have a suggestion, please feel free to reach out to me, Tony, and I'll make sure it gets, you know, in front of him so that he can coordinate accordingly. So I'm not sure if Mary's on the call. Is Mary here? I know she had a,
Something about
No.
no.
She's on
Okay.
she's on a luxury call.
So I'm just going to look at our, we got about a few minutes before Liam comes on. As far as luxury, I know Mary's got some great things going on, everybody. So if there's anyone that wants to explore becoming part of the luxury division and working their way toward that goal, you can, you know, Mary's putting together a rollout that'll be on, I believe, April, what was the date?
14th.
14th. So
At
April
11.
14th at 11. Thank you, Nicole. That'll be happening on April 14th at 11 a.m. She's bringing in Brady Sandall, who's the director of luxury. So there'll be some great information and kind of just a process on how to, if you're not a luxury agent yet, how you can aspire to become and take the steps to kind of build toward that. So we really want to make it a big, you know, big thing. So we welcome anyone to get involved. I know Kira's on this call, I believe, and I shared that you are an interior designer. Kira, do you want to say hello? You were on the call.
I think she dropped.
Oh, she dropped. Okay. So here, one of our agents does this, so she can definitely serve as a valuable asset for that division. So I just wanted to share a few words. And then I think if Liam is here, we could announce him. Nicole,
I
do you
don't
know?
see him on the call. I don't see him on the call.
Oh, he's not on the call. Okay. Maybe we keep going until he gets on.
Well, Eric,
think
one
that's a
thing
good
I want
idea.
to mention, as we're waiting,
go
we
ahead,
keep
please.
going. I don't know if everybody saw, I posted it on the Facebook page, and everyone should have gotten an email from MRED, the Connect MLS, that the PLN, they've made improvements to that everyone's going to be able to email out to their clients from the private listing network. And in your regular search, you'll be able to send from the private listing network. It's supposed to take effect. It was supposed to take effect yesterday. Now they thought it was going to take effect tonight and overnight. Because for those of you who looked, you used to have to just kind of screenshot or PDF it and then send it out, and there wasn't a lot of information. So the MLS heard us, thank goodness, and said we need to be able to work with this much easier for the benefit of our clients. So look for those changes. They're doing all kinds of classes on it and what have you in the MLS. Check your emails, log on and get how it's done. So it's a really nice update to our MLS. We pay for it. So
Yeah. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Yes. And thanks everyone on the ALC, because I know you guys are all working hard on our behalf and I appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the time you put in, guys. So if Liam's not on yet, is he?
Oh, here he is. Here he is.
Okay. Liam? Is he on or,
I admitted him.
okay, we'll wait a minute and see if he
Oh, did he pop off?
popped up.
No, he's there.
Is,
Oh, Liam?
Testing, testing.
Yeah, Justin's here.
Oh,
Hi,
hi,
Justin.
welcome,
Hi, how are you?
welcome.
No, did you leave it in the car?
Can you hear us, Liam?
I'm not sure. Liam should be on. I don't know where he
Oh,
is.
okay,
that's okay. We don't need him. We got Justin.
You might be stuck with
Justin.
me.
okay.
We like you, but
All
all the phone
right.
calls are going to go to
Hey,
Liam. I don't have
Justin,
your
good to
info.
see ya.
Well,
Hey,
now we
good to see
could,
you.
now we could talk all about Liam.
Yeah,
So whatever
Now
we
we-
want to say about Liam, we could share it.
exactly. We can badmouth now.
There
How's
we go.
everybody?
Good, good, good.
Good.
Good. Happy to be here. No, it's
Well,
been a
thank
little
you.
while. Wish it
Thank
was
you.
in person. Maybe we can get there soon.
Yes. Please feel free to go ahead, Justin, and share what you'd like with our team.
Oh, perfect. Okay, great.
We're ready
All
for you.
right, getting right into it. I love it. All right,
Yeah.
let me get you all pulled up here. All right, can everybody see this?
Yes.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for having me. I know that we've been working with this office. Wow, it's got to be close to 7 years now, I think, since we first came in. We, of course, miss all the parties, the luau's, all the good times that we've had. Hopefully, we can get back to that one day. So we surely miss
Waiting for
seeing
that
everybody's
luau.
face. I know, I am too. I'm counting down the days till we can do it again, you know? Think there's been a potlucks, a few other things. So miss all that. Thank everybody for your business. And I know that you've surely been a part of our success, and hopefully we've been a part of yours as well. So for those of you that don't know much about 360 Home Connect, this is truly one of the best value-added services you can add to your already existing process. And whenever you have a client that's going to be buying, selling, or leasing a property, simply send them over to us. We're going to reach out on your behalf and we'll set up, disconnect, and transfer all their new home services and utilities. This is going to be a complimentary service for both you and the client. Each client, when they come over to us, is going to be assigned a personal home consultant that starts going to work for them. And we're also going to provide clients the opportunity to shop multiple different providers there in the area. And on average, over the years that we've seen, that we've saved clients over $700 a year by setting up their services through 360 Home Connect. All right. Now, we've made it simple and easy for you to take advantage of the service. I know a lot of you are familiar with this. Simply go to KW360connect.com. I know we got a personal partner page for the Spouse Selling Houses team, and I think a few other teams here in the office as well. If you have a team and you want to try to get your own page, we're more than happy to make it for you. But this is always going to be live in general for all Keller Williams offices. Once you get here, you're going to toggle between the top 3 options, whether this is going to be a buyer, seller, or renter that you're going to be submitting. Then fill out the next fields, such as the client's name, address, phone number, closing date. Any additional information that can allow us to better assist the client is going to go right there in the comment section. Give you a couple of examples of that. Usually as a realtor, you're usually dealing with one primary point of contact. If you want to put a co-head of household, a spouse, anybody else that needs to be corresponded with throughout the transaction, that's going to be a great place to put that information in there. I know we deal with a lot of big teams with admins and transaction coordinators and everything else. That's going to be a great place to put your information there as that admin or that transaction coordinator. That way we can make sure we include you in anything that we need to update you on. And then, as I mentioned previously, just any other additional information that allows us to better assist the client. Now, as an admin or a TC, you're going to want to put the realtor that we're actually reaching out on behalf of that's working with the client, their information there. If you're submitting this personally, it's pretty straightforward, your information, and then the Keller Williams office that you're out of. Once you press submit, that's all you got to do. We take care of everything else from there. One thing that I really do want to stress before moving on from this part of the presentation is this is something that you really want to take the 10, 20, 30 seconds it takes to fill out this form, rather than handing the clients one of our marketing materials, sending them the link, giving them our 800 number, whatever it may be. As I'm sure you can imagine, what happens more often than not when you do that is the client waits till the very last minute, and then they're calling us at 4:30, 5 o'clock on a Friday. Seller's already set a disconnection. We're trying to figure out what we can do to keep their services on before they go into a weekend. I could tell you a ton of other horror stories, and I don't want to get into too many, but just a couple of quick examples. A lot of times sellers, they're like, hey, we're selling this property, we're out, we're gone, we don't need to be here anymore, we're turning off the services. Obviously, when you try to go do that final walkthrough, services aren't going to be turned on. You're going to have to reschedule that. We know as a realtor, you get paid at the closing table, so you're going to have to reschedule that closing, and it's going to be a frustrating process for everybody involved. Allow us to stay ahead of that. We see utility liens on account, even people of good credit standing, they just didn't realize there was a bill they should have been paying. There's a credit lien, utility lien. We can't set up that new service. That's something we want to stay ahead of before the person closes. We can make sure all those balances are clear. We can make it a nice, smooth process. Ton of other stories, as I mentioned. So just be mindful, take that 10, 20, 30 seconds it takes to submit the client, allow us to do all the hard work and stay ahead of it. And we should be good to go. All right. Now, as I mentioned, once you click submit, we're going to take care of everything from there. An automated introduction email is going to be sent out, reaching out on your behalf. It's going to introduce the personal home consultant that's been assigned to that specific client. And then it's going to list some of the services that we're going to be able to help them out with. What I really like about this part of the process is there's going to be a little calendar link there where the client can go there, they can click the calendar, they can schedule a specific date and time that works best for them. That way they can get started with the service at a time that's convenient, okay? Now, once we speak to the client, we're going to start going through a discovery process. We're going to start figuring out exactly where they're at. Maybe they've already started setting up some of their services and we just need to fill in some of the gaps. Maybe we do need to set up the whole suite of services. That's totally fine. Over 90% of the clients we do work with, we do set up all their home services and utilities, everything from the electric to the gas to the water, sewer, trash, cable, internet, movers, pretty much anything they need as a new home service provider, we'll be able to take care of for them. Now, one nice thing that I really love about the service is that there's no pressure sales involved with what we do. We work with all providers. So if a client's happy with the current provider that they have now, great. We can transfer that service for them. Typically, we can transfer even putting them at even a better rate than they're currently paying right then. A lot of times without even extending any potential contract terms that they may be having. Now, maybe we're dealing with the client that's moving from out of state, out of the country. Maybe they haven't moved in 10, 20, 30 years, and they just want to take a look at some additional options and need some help with that. It's not a problem. We simply pull up that address, figure out what providers are going to be offering service there. We can do price point comparisons, and we can guide them through that decision-making process and make sure it goes nice and smooth. Last thing that I'll mention here is that we do get exclusive rates. So a lot of times these companies are marketing exclusively towards our clients. Since we primarily only work with new homeowners and we set up such a large volume, we're able to buy down those rates and then pass on those savings to our clients. So a lot of times our prices are going to be better than what the client can call and get online on their own. So there typically is a cost saving benefit to the service as well. Now, once we do get everything set up for the client, we're going to send out a detailed itinerary. This is going to come in the form of a confirmation email. This is going to have all the client's account numbers, activation dates, links to where they can set up their online bill payments, any other information that they may need to know about their new home services that's pertinent is going to be right there in one concise email that's going to be very easy for them to find so they can start managing their accounts online at their convenience. One thing that I really like about this is that you as a realtor, as an admin, as a TC or whoever it may be, you're going to be CC'd on this as well. That way, by the time you do go into that closing, you can have that peace of mind knowing that everything's been taken care of for the client. Now, we know it's dreadful and that it happens, but sometimes the closing date does change. We get it. We deal with it all the time. Maybe it gets moved up, maybe it gets moved back, whatever the case is. Rather than the client call on hold with 5, 10 different providers, go through those prompts and that frustrating process, they simply reach out to us. We'll reschedule all their services. Or unfortunately, if the transaction does fall through, we'll of course cancel everything out for them as well. All right. Now, another nice thing is that we always give back to you. A lot of times clients are going to think that this is a service that you're paying for them. We like to make them feel that way. So anytime we get any thanks, all of our personal home consultants are trained to say, hey, you know, don't thank us, thank Gene, thank whoever it may be that we're dealing with for sending you over to us. Anytime that we get a testimonial on one of our social media outlets, we're going to tag you in that post. That way you can share that with in your network as well. We know that how important experience is. You know, I've been hearing a lot of things in Keller Williams this year on preaching about experience. This is a great way that you can share the type of experience that you've taken your client through, from the experience that you made happen through the transaction and the experience that we can take them through that stressful moving process as well. So yeah, as I mentioned, anytime we do get that testimony on one of our social media outlets, we'll tag you so you can share that as well. This is just a funny one that we actually got a little over a month ago now that's pretty funny. So this is the best service I've ever used. Lamont and his team were amazing. I had some trouble with cable and his team had it fixed in a matter of hours the same day. It's pretty funny that they said Kelly, but we should have had asked them to make a little revision there, but they said I would use Kelly Williams again just for 360. So I know we got a ton of testimonials here from this office in specific, but I thought this was funny, so I would share it with you guys. We do make customized marketing materials. I have Gene on here as our spokesman model for the purposes of the presentation. These are really great to use in your listing presentations, your buyer consultations when you're first prospecting with new people. Like, hey, I'm not only going to help you buy or sell your new home, I'm also going to take care of all your home services and utilities. This is a complimentary service that I provide all of my clients. We know how important value is, as we mentioned, value, experience. It's one thing that's constantly ingrained in pretty much anything that you can learn about as a real estate professional. So this is a great way to add value in your process. And if they're prospecting with other agents, this is a great way to add a competitive edge in the marketplace for somebody that's maybe not taking advantage or offering that type of service. So this is just a great reference towards the service that we provide on your behalf. More than happy to make these for you. Send over your headshot if you want a team logo put on there, whatever you need, send it over to support@360homeconnect.com. I usually will churn these out in about 24 to 48 hours for you. I will also have Liam try to get an updated office roster. We got a great new email template that we use for Keller Williams that has a video on how to use the service, active links to the partner page, links to where you can request your marketing materials. But feel free to go ahead and start shooting them in right now. If you have any clients that are about to go through that closing process, get them submitted over to us. We'd love to get you some positive feedback. And that's all I got. You know, I'm open it up here and take any questions that anybody has.
I did see a question. Sally had a question, I believe.
Great. What you got, Sally?
My question was, does 360 Home Connect go directly to the service providers or through third-party providers?
Yeah, so we only work directly with service providers. So we are not a third party. We integrate directly into their service. That is the way it is free to the client, typically outside of the national relationship that we have with Keller Williams. The best way to think about it is, you know, if you're calling into a ComEd or a Comcast, they're paying a representative to check all orders that are being processed online and over the phone. Rather than them pay that representative, they pay us a small revenue for each service we set up. So yes, we do work directly with the company.
I just wanted to make sure, because I haven't heard good stories about the third-party companies that set up utilities. I mean, they're, you know, at first blush, they're good, but then it's like a year later or 6 months later, all of a sudden the bill is actually doubled of what they were paying directly. So I just wanted to make sure.
You were speaking about the deregulated energy market.
Right.
That is that is a very convoluted market to navigate. We do deal with deregulated services, but we have not been setting up deregulated services in most areas in Illinois for some years now. There are a few areas where it can be beneficial. The reason is to exactly your point. You have to truly monitor that bill. So we do work with the incumbent providers, which would be, the ComEds, the People's Gases, the Nicors, the Amerants. Yes, we are very familiar with that being the case. That's not what we do. If at any time it does become an opportunity for clients to get, a better opportunity to where they can get better rates from some of these other providers, then we'll surely have our monitoring program that we put in place for that. But most of the time, that's not the case right now.
And then you would also, I'm sure you would also approve that with the client, let the client know their options and.
Oh,
have them
most
decide if
definitely,
they would want to.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Okay.
not connecting any services unless the client specifically over recorded line. We have a strict compliance process that we have to go through. Yeah, we would definitely explain how the market works and how you have a choice. We haven't even been bringing it up in most areas at all that there is a choice, simply because most of these providers, the rate that they could get isn't significant enough to save them money, and it's only locked in for about a 3 to 6 month period, and then that bill jumps back up.
Right.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks. And I'll be, please contact me if you can, because I might want to have you guys create a custom page for our team. It's
Yeah.
dean@dean.com, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem. Dean at Dean Team Chicago. Let me write that down real quick.
Or you
Hold
could
on.
just send your headshot to support@360 Home Connect and they'll do it. Steve.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
That's
Well,
what it says
I
on the
thought this
screen.
has to be,
Yeah, Justin, I
Well,
can
then
send a follow-up because I think someone else asked too.
That might be faster.
Arlene wanted I can send you a follow-up, Justin, to
Okay.
Liam. I have his email or support. Arlene is another one who wanted a team page as well.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
I will be doing it as well. So I'll send that
And
over.
Sally, good.
oh,
Okay.
that'd be great.
Yeah,
That'd be
we'll be
great.
Mary
That'd be
Kay
good.
gave you a
And just-
shout out there in the chat box.
Yes.
Yeah, she had a good review.
Oh, great.
And-
Thank you, Mary Kate. We really appreciate
and-
that.
Justin, for my headshot, just use one of the ladies because they're better looking than I am.
whatever you want to send in, we got you, dude.
All right. Thank you.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you
thanks a
so
lot.
much. Does
Yeah.
anyone else have any questions for Justin?
I just wanted to say real quick, Justin, yeah, he had, he's one of my son's buddies. He's a first time renter. And Jean gave me your information and I sent him over there and they got right back. I was part of the email that they provided, was from Robert Hunter Bride.
Oh yeah.
And he connected with this young man and he was just so relieved because he didn't know what he was going to do. And setting all of this stuff up, and he had nothing but good things to say.
Great. Well, thank you so much for sharing that, Mary. We try to do everything we can to go above and beyond for these clients. We know that, whether it's a lease or a purchase or sell, whatever it may be, it's a stressful time just going through the moving process in general. So if there's ever anything that I could do for you, I know Jean calls me all the time when she needs something. Feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to reach out to Liam. We will, once we get that new office updated roster, we'll send out another email. Also have my contact information and Liam's contact information as well, and some additional reference points for you guys. So yes, just let us know if there's ever anything we can do for you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for this.
I think one of the best way we say is we have a concierge service that will take care of all this for you. And then a lot of times the sellers just go, oh, that's just great.
Exactly. Put all the
don't
work
have to
on
worry
us.
about that. Yeah.
That's
It
what
doesn't cost you anything. That's what we tell them.
So you
Exactly.
you contact each client individually on the phone. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay,
that's
so
exactly
cool.
right. Yeah,
That's
so
great.
like I said earlier, the really key pieces is to try to get the clients over to us as early as possible. We say as soon as they go under contract, or at least 2 weeks between that closing and leasing date. If you end up in a sticky situation where you forgot to submit somebody, we understand you're busy, things happen. Put ASAP in the comment section. We'll have somebody reach out to them within 1 business day. But yes, that is the best way to utilize the service. Just go right there on the form, fill everything out. Once you click submit, we'll take care of everything from there.
I had a question.
Yeah.
What happens if like some of these security and internet, there's obviously more than one provider that does like security, like there's Comcast cable, WOW cable,
Sure.
AT&T. Do you go through all three, or do you just have like one go-to that you guys recommend, or how do you handle if there's multiple providers, you know?
Yeah, that's a great question, Mary. And we get that question quite a bit. So we do work with all providers. So one of the things that we're going to do when we're first pulling up that address is we're going to see what are the top speeds that they can get here. For instance, AT&T and WOW, maybe the speed is only up to a 25 to a 50 megabit per second. And this is a family of 4 where, you know, both the parents and the kids are doing e-learning and they're all working from home due to COVID. Obviously, that internet speed typically isn't going to work well for their situation. So in that case, we may make a recommendation for them to go with the provider with a higher speed that'll be a little more reliable. Anytime we can get a location at the right price point that has a fiber connection, that's not on a shared network like cable connections for internet. So we'll usually try to, you know, educate the consumer on the differences between the two, and then allow them to ultimately, you know, make the decision. But yes, we will kind of steer them through that decision-making process, and so that they can leverage our expertise.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow,
Thank
that's
you.
great. Yeah, that's definitely value-added service. Jason, I know, I'm sorry, Justin. Justin, I know that Jane asked for your phone number. Is it possible, Justin, to share?
Yeah, 100%. My office number is going to be 773-697-8625. And that number is a great number to call if you need anything, especially if you have questions on clients, because if I don't answer, it'll actually forward over to our general line in the office. If you ever feel like you need to reach me in a dire need, I'm always happy to give my cell phone out as well. It's 312-543-9539. Be more than happy to answer you there as well. Office, especially during Monday through Friday, if for some reason I don't answer, it'll go over to a person that can almost always assist you with a question that you have as well. Feel free to reach out to me though on either number.
Wow, thank you so much, Justin. That was great. Thank you. I appreciate all the valuable information. We appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Anyone else questions before? All right, thanks. Thank you so much.
Thanks
Hey,
a lot.
don't forget to get that limbo set ready and those Hawaiian shirts, because we're going to come back with a luau.
Yeah, I'm
we
looking
want you
forward
there.
to it.
Okay?
I'm looking forward to it. I think
Excellent.
I may still have a few of those from back in the day. I see them every now and then in the closet. They almost make it in the pile to donate. And I'm like, maybe I'll hold on to that one.
Hold on.
Maybe I'll maybe a luau. Maybe I'll go to Hawaii. Who knows if I ever get some time off.
Well, your limbo game was one of the biggest hits, so make sure you get that limbo thing together. You got time.
Yeah, that's funny. I remember, we had a little bartender and a limbo thing we made. That was
I was gonna
funny.
say, I think you had the best drinks that day too, that one time.
And the best, and the best prizes.
Hey, what
We
better
appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
That's when our luau did become a hoo-how.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
a luau, if you don't have a nice, Hawaiian cocktail with the luau, I mean, it's not really a luau, is it?
True that.
All right. Hey, thanks so much for having us. And
thanks
we
for
look
being
forward to
here.
talking to everybody. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.
Thanks.
Mary is on. Mary, do you want to say a few words? I kind of briefed them on the luxury.
Great. Did you go through what I had sent you, or is that?
I didn't go through it thoroughly, but we talked about April 14th at 11 a.m. There's going to be the luxury experience. So I don't know if you want to add some details.
I do. It was a fabulous mastermind, just absolutely fabulous. And what I learned, one of the biggest things is that Chicago ranks number 7 as far as wealthy people. There are over, 6,085 people that are worth $30 million or more.
Wow.
Just in our market, not including all between 5 million and 30, close to 20,000 people. So we really have a great market to get out there and find buyers. And Chicago is actually turning into a second city, meaning people live in other states and then they love our entertainment and they come to Chicago with the condominiums and what they're looking for. What I decided with the committee meetings, and I don't know, every month we're going to have a committee meeting, but it's not going to be your traditional committee meeting. It's actually going to be a luxury training session in which we will feature top agents talking about listing presentations, working with buyers, talking about trends, where the market is heading, the type of homes. I also have builders that do build luxury properties that are going to come on and talk about the different types of properties and what you need to get yourself acquainted. I also too would suggest to everyone, we're trying to build, we are going to build an agent concierge service for our agents here so that whenever you get a luxury listing, you have a go-to list. And what I need help in is developing that list. If you have stagers, photographers, someone handling drones, home inspectors, that would be awesome to use as a referral. Now, I will qualify that with, if you have a home inspector and he's awesome, but he pulls up in a van with his duct taped bumpers and muffler falling off, he could be the greatest person. However, that's not what we're looking for. I also want to remind all of you that it's really important once you get that listing or that buyer to start marketing yourself, and you're really going to need an awesome picture. So I don't know if we're scheduling any new headshots coming up, but if you don't have an updated picture, that's number one to do. I look forward to everybody April 14th with a rollout. It is going to explain in a whole overview of what the Keller Williams program is. And also we will have a few surprise panelists to come on too and tell you a little bit about how they started. One awesome woman did a little dabble here and there and just listed an $18 million property.
Wow.
So yes.
What time is that at, Mary, on the 14th?
It's going to be on the 14th, starting at 11. There'll be definitely information I'll be popping into our office site so that is a reminder and everything. So it's going to be awesome. And you know what? And if there's things that you want to see, email me, or things you want to learn. However, again, committee meetings are really going to be training sessions.
I love that. That is very creative. Thank you. And actually, it makes me think about the other committees, and maybe sometimes we could invite other speakers and get different perspectives. And I love that. And kind of just surround ourselves with others that are thriving in whatever it is we're pursuing. So thank you.
I'm working on too is the cultural diversity. Many of the buyers come from different countries, or, we've talked a lot with Dean's group at diversity. There's actually an agent that I know that teaches a course in diversity and working with buyers from other countries in the luxury market. So like I say, we've got a lot brewing here, a lot of exciting things.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. Wow.
Mary, thank you for all your hard work in this. I know it's your passion and you're dedicated and it's showing, and we can't appreciate you anymore. I mean, this is great stuff.
Awesome.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you guys. So here I want to thank Nicole for putting together all of this great information. Family reunion recap. Just want to talk about, there were over 49,000 attendees, over 355,000 streams, 34,000 plus one-on-one interactions, and 104,000 plus dollars raised for KW Cares. So that is incredible. Speaks volumes. Yes.
The number of people at family reunion is larger than almost every single other real estate company total.
Yes.
Look at that number. Wow.
49,000. Yes. Excellent.
Was that physically attended, or is that via Zoom?
Virtual?
Okay.
The virtual.
Very cool.
So, and then here, oh, my screen is blocking. We've got a year in review for 2020 with Keller Williams being number one, 1.2. I can't see, sorry, my phone's ringing.
1.2 million units closed, $407.4 billion in sales volume, and 10 $6.5 billion in gross commission income paid.
Wow.
We.
That's just tells everybody, speaks volumes of our company. So you guys, gosh, sorry for the distraction. So thank you, Nicole, for putting those numbers together, because this really is, you know, motivating and inspiring. Go ahead. And we've got just a refreshing reminder that, you know, Keller Williams is in 5 continents, 52 regions, 230 plus market center locations. And as you can see, all of this, our diversity everywhere that we are. I mean, sometimes I think we don't realize how big we are. So I wanted to thank you again, Nicole, for sharing that as a refreshing reminder to all of us.
There's a lot of white red for Keller Williams, but there's a lot of opportunity here for people that have family in other countries. And if you're interested or know anybody and have someone that should be talking to somebody else, go to kwworldwide.com, do some research, and then meet with any one of us on the leadership team, and we'll help you get that in motion.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Nicole. Stop sharing my brain.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll go to the next slide. Here you go. You want to do this one, Kim?
No, you go right ahead.
No. Antoinette's leading. Go, go, go.
So yes, this is just to get everybody excited about next year. So you can go to the link that we're providing here for next year's family reunion. So hopefully everybody will check it out and get themselves excited about next year.
Is this going to be online too?
I think that's going to be, they're going to try physically having, I would assume it depends on where we're at, right? Joe?
Right now they're thinking maybe hybrid.
Oh.
Okay.
But they really want to have everybody in person. They think that that's a very unique way of part of the Keller Williams family of connecting with other people. It's going to be held in Orlando. I don't know if you guys know, there's this mouse down there. I'll be going.
They have a mouse problem.
They do have a mouse problem. But right now, everything that they're saying is that there will be some in person if the world continues as on the current trajectory.
That's great.
One last thing about family reunion or any of these trainings is you can start a little savings plan on your green sheets. On page 2 of your green sheet where it says education fund, you can hold money out of your closings that I hold on for you. You can get this money at any time. You just have to give me a day because I don't have pre-signed checks. I need Joe to sign a check. But we just had, what's it called? Jane paid for her family reunion out of her education money. So she had saved up money, and when it came time to the bill, she said, Nicole, can I use the money? And I said, okay.
Great. That's
All
great.
right, next.
Very wise.
Yes. Well, thank you. And we've got Easter coming up, and I love this. Look at how cute they are. Thanks for your creativity, Nicole. That's cute.
I won't take credit. This is designs. This is something you guys can use to help contact your sphere. It's part of command.
These are pugs in the house.
Yes. I thought it would grab your attention versus St. Patrick's Day or Passover or any of the other ones. But this is all free to you. And if I'm going to go to the next one too here. I don't know if you guys have realized in your Facebook ads that you can now add, kind of target it down more instead of having just one avenue of people that you're targeting on Facebook. You can have, okay, I want people who are looking for bungalows, condos, or fixer-uppers, and they're first-time home buyers. So you can target that a little bit more and get better leads. In our newsletter that Mariella sends out is a Calendly link that comes to the staff. So if you guys want one-on-one, we're going to have some classes on this soon. We're here to help. Just got to let us know what you need and when you need it. Back to you, Antoinette.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So we are rated America's Best Large Employer, Forbes 2021. So that is awesome. I applaud the Keller Williams family. So this is awesome. And Michelle, I'm not sure if she's on the call today.
She was, last I looked.
Michelle's
There she
here.
is.
Hi,
Yeah,
everyone.
okay.
Yay!
Hi,
4
Michelle.
years.
Michelle's in the house.
Very quickly, just wanted to highlight a few things. So as I've been mentioning in the weekly post, which I hope have been helpful to you guys in the Facebook page, rates have gone up. So I recommend that any pre-approval that you have is dated within 30 days to make sure that your client's pre-approval is updated with more current rates than they were 60 days ago. So make sure they're at least within 30 days. I've been talking about the 10-day program that we have, and I want to share a quick success story. We had our first 10-day close. It was FHA, and the property actually needed repairs. So we had the appraisal completed on day 5 of the first week. Repairs were completed, and we had the re-inspection actually scheduled after our closing, so which never happens. So that's something that we can do here at Ultimate Rate. It was minor repairs that were completed. It was just painting. So we were able to take photos of that and then just make sure that our borrower was going to allow the appraiser into the home after closing. So day 9, we had our clear to close. So FHA with repairs, and we were able to get our clear to close day 9 to close day 10. Now, seller's attorney wasn't ready, so we didn't close on day 10, but this is how powerful the 10-day closing is. We were able to win against multiple offers, and the appraised value came in $50,000 over contract price.
Wow.
So
That
the
is
buyer
great.
got a steal, and it was all because we were able to accommodate that short window that the seller needed. And so please remember that is very, very useful in this market. As far as pre-approvals go, we do have a 24-hour turn time for pre-approvals as well. So I just want to put that out there in case you weren't sure how quickly we can turn around those pre-approvals. And the last thing to share is if you are looking for social media posts, I do provide a lot of tips on my social media pages on Facebook and on Instagram. You're welcome to use those tips, put them in your own words, put your picture on it, and share that with your audience. And of course, if you guys need anything else, I am here to help.
Wow, thank you.
That's amazing, Michelle. Well
Yes,
done.
thank you so much. Yeah.
With an FHA.
Closing any
Holy
loan in
cow.
10 days is unheard of, let alone
Yeah.
FHA with repairs.
Yeah, that's
FHA
incredible.
It was
10
done.
days. That
Yeah.
blows my mind.
Super excited.
Yeah,
Wow.
very
Thank you.
good.
Pretty.
New listings. Anybody want to share their new listings?
Hey
Anybody?
guys, I got one. I got a couple actually. One is a probably a tear down. It's a ranch. There is some roof damage because there are two. It's a small ranch between 2 3 or 3.5 story condos. 5530 West Edmonds in Jefferson Park, very close to the Blue Line L, on a big 32 by 150 foot lot. Most of the people have purchased these, torn down the houses. In fact, all his neighbors have sold the houses for tear downs, and they put these condos up. It's $349, but it's a great price for a builder that wants to build a condo because it's RT4 zoning. You need that kind of zoning for a larger building, and also the size of the lot. So you could build a big condo there. So that's $349. It's not even on yet. I'm working on it right now. 5530 West Edmonds, EDMUNDS in Chicago. So for your investors and builders, great one. 1345 Fillmore, which is right near Taylor Street, the Illinois Medical District. Kyle, thank you for doing the open house. We got a nice price reduction here. It's $449. We're beginning to get some showings over the weekend. Great, absolutely incredible location, nice building, duplex down, 3-bedroom, 3 baths, and the new price is $449. Good price on that one too.
Sounds great. Thank you.
I have
Anyone?
something, yes. I am actually looking for in Des Plaines a storefront or warehouse space too. I have a property management company that needs to really expand. So they're looking for at least 1,500 square feet warehouse space in the back and maybe about 1,000 up front. So if you have anything in Des Plaines, that would be awesome, or something coming up, because right now there's nothing in the MLS for me to show them. They would like to make sure there's enough parking because they have a lot of condominium owners who come by to pay assessments and stuff. So if you know of anything coming up in Des Plaines, please let me know. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Anybody else? We're good?
Hello.
I have a new one coming up. It's not on the market yet. It's in Edison Park. It's a pretty large, it was originally a 2-story, but I would call it a 1.5 story now, only because the first floor has been expanded and also the basement dug out. So it's got a really high basement on that side, and then a huge addition on the back of it. 3-car garage, nice fenced yard, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. There is another bedroom also in the lower level, which has an exterior door. Really nice layout. It's vintage. It has a lot of vintage character, the crown molding, you know, the glass doorknobs and all of that kind of stuff, original doors and woodwork, fireplace in the living room, hardwood floors. It's really nice. It's going to be listed at $665, and that'll be coming
nice.
on the week after Easter. So if you have
That's
anybody in that
nice.
area, or if you pick up anybody in that area looking to get into a larger home than maybe what they're in now, please keep it in mind.
Definitely.
I wish it was a
Wow.
little higher, Mary, so I could be in that.
I
luxury.
know.
They wanted to list it higher, and I had to talk them off the ledge. So, yeah. but I had the luxury listing, you know, the opportunity to use the luxury listing marketing in the back of my mind at the same time. So I was like, dang it. That's okay though. I get there.
The next one. The next one.
The next one.
Wow.
Mary,
Thank you. Thanks.
are you
Anyone
people
else?
looking to rent or buy? Mary,
Oh, I hear Tom.
Mary, are your people looking to rent or buy?
Rent.
Okay,
Thank you, Tom.
you're welcome.
Yes, thank you. Anyone else?
We have
Good.
a ranch in East Glenview, just lowered the price under $550. It's in really good shape, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, full finished basement. It's got a family room addition off the kitchen, semi-open floor plan. So if anybody has somebody for Glenview, we just had a price reduction on that, and it's ready to roll.
Great. Good. All
Glenview
right.
is such a nice community too, isn't it? They're like I said, Glenview is such a nice community too.
Yeah, and they're not too far from downtown Glenview. It's right near Lake and Waukegan, and there's a lot of shopping and everything else there. And actually, it's really close to the schools, except for the high school's a little farther away. It's GBS.
Their
So-
schools are excellent too. It's really funny, like Glenview and Morton Grove are nice areas, but you don't, for some odd reason, I never get a lot of people asking to move into those areas. And sometimes I have to enlighten them that, you know, those are some nice areas too, and not really that far from where we're located now, you know?
Yep.
So sometimes they're like, oh, I never even think of that.
Good schools.
Yeah, excellent schools.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. All right. And bucket fills. Anybody want to share?
It's been said before, but I really want to thank Jane for all her hard work and the committee's commitment to making Red Day a success.
Yes, agreed.
It's a team. I'm going to tell you, it's a team. Everyone has their part, and I couldn't do this alone, especially without Arlene's guidance.
Thank you, Jane. You're doing a great job.
Arlene did it for so long. She lives it.
It's in my blood.
I'd like to thank Antoinette for my meeting I had with her a couple of weeks ago. It was a very inspiring meeting, and it got me charged up to do some things and to check some things off of my list that were pretty important that have to get done. So it was a great motivator for me, and I appreciate your time very much, Antoinette, and your energy and your advice, and kind of helping me lay out my year in a better format than what I had before our meeting. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Sally, because I feel the same way. That's what I was going to acknowledge is I appreciate everyone who allowed me the opportunity to meet with you, to talk to you on the phone or in person or Zoom. Thank you, guys. It means the world to me. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
I want to thank Antoinette as well because of the screen, the bucket fillers pledge. During our meeting, I mentioned to her how we're struggling on getting our team formed, and all of a sudden Joe's doing this Build Your Strong team. And I'm so appreciative of that. Ask and you shall receive, right?
Good, good, good. That's what I'm here for. Good.
I had
You're
one too.
welcome. You're welcome.
I
Thank you.
had one.
Oh,
I had
yes,
one
Mary.
too. After watching Family Reunion and listening to Gary talk about lead generation and where our business needs to be, and listening to James Shaw with Shift, I knew that I was not happy with my business. So what I did is I hired one of the best coaches that there is, Kim Dietz. I went to Kim and said, you know what? You got to help me clean up this mess I made. I mean, I'm looking for all these great shiny things to make my life easier. And we really need to take a look at my business and see what I need to do. And the truth, after 2 weeks with Kim, the second week I had 4 new listings because I hit my database like I should have.
That is awesome.
However, Kim, held me to it, and it has been, so it doesn't matter how many years you're in the business or where your volume is. If you really need someone to take a look at the business to see where you're making mistakes, what you need to do to really get back on track, she's the go-to person. I can't say enough about her.
Oh, Mary, that's so
Yes.
touching. Thank you so much. You're doing the work. And like Mary said, it's not about how long you've been in business. It's like, okay, where you are now, where's it you want to be? And it could be a tweak just to get back to the basics.
Mhm.
Sometimes we veer off the most important 20% of our activities. And you can ask my PC class and anyone else that I coach, it's like lead generation. And even if it's, a minimal amount of time, you've got to get it in there and you got to work that database. You got to, love on that database. And when you focus on your money-making activities, all of the results will come, sooner than later. And Mary, I got to give you the credit because you're the one that's doing the work. So thank you for your kind words. And I'm very proud of you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Anyone else want to share or? We're good. I just want to close with, that is powerful. And what you just said, Mary, it's all about one thing that I'm constantly working and developing within myself is self-accountability. And sometimes we do need to reach out and we do need to hire coaches and trainers and other individuals to kind of lift us and support us. But there's an ongoing process, and a commitment to self-accountability is like the way to go, because then you're always going to show up for yourself. So that's just something I personally wanted to share that I am always working on. And it helps.
Can I say something real quick? It's not a bucket
Yes.
fill. I don't know which category. It's kind of a catch-all category. If anybody has ever been interested in virtual staging, I do that for many of my listings, obviously for vacant house. And I was paying $40 a virtual stage room through VizHome. I've used for them for many years. I get this email from a company called Box Brownie, B-O-X Brownie, Box Brownie, like a brownie you eat, IE.com. And they have reduced the price of virtual staging. It's all done offshore, but it looks fine. Instead of $40, it's $24 a shot. So let's say you do 4 rooms, 4 shots, it's $96 rather than $160, and obviously considerably less than physical staging. And clients love it. It looks great. Look at my 1345 Fillmore listing in Chicago to see what it looks like. You have to identify the rooms as virtually staged, but that's fine. It really gives an added dimension. It'll bring some people in there for a vacant home. Anyway, boxbrownie.com. Just wanted to share that. Thanks.
That's great. Thanks. Yeah, I have explored them, Dean. Thank you. So anyone else? No, we're good. Thank you guys so much for your time, for everything, for showing up. I appreciate you guys. And thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Everybody have a great
Bye,
day.
everyone. Thank
Bye.
you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Everyone, for staying.
Bye.